92.5 The Beat. What's up, Utah? What's up, Salt Lake City? LP here, and I've got an amazing surprise for you today. I've got the one, the only, the legend, N9ne.
Yes, ma'am. How are you, man?
Welcome back. I have loved your music, of course. Strange music is incredible.
Wow.
In my early 20s, I attended several of your concerts at the Saltaire.
Your early 20s, you look like
I'm
you're there
20.
right now.
Thank you. I take good care of my skin.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, the Saltaire is an incredible venue.
The Saltaire, we used to do the Saltaire all the time, man. We used to have big parties there.
You guys would throw down, and you still throw down.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. We're at the Complex tonight, though.
Yes, the Complex tonight, the Rockwell. He's going to be in tonight at 7 o'clock, guys. So you're going to want to make sure you come in, you stay hydrated.
The Hollywood N9ne tour, man, myself,
Yes.
King ISO, and Hollywood Undead, man, it's going to be crazy, man.
Incredible. What was it like getting them on tour with you?
Oh, man, we've been talking about it for a while because like a year and a half ago, we did a song called Idol, and we did a video. They came to Strange Music in Kansas City, and we shot the video, and it was really receptive to the fans and everything, man, and it just sucks we didn't get any rehearsals in to get to do the song together on this tour, but it's crazy. Their show is crazy. My show is crazy. ISO is killing it. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a blast.
Well, we're excited for you to be here. And the Complex is an epic venue as well.
Yes.
You're going to have more intimacy, and I think that is something that you bring to your shows regardless.
I guess it's intimacy. They say it's sold out and maybe oversold, you know what I mean?
You know what? And some people might even sneak in, so that's okay. It's going to be a good time.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, your new album, Bliss.
Yes, ma'am.
The album cover. You are emerging from a crowd holding flags.
Yes, they are.
And then in your hand, you have a bouquet of flowers.
Yes, I do.
And from what I can see,
representing love.
Okay, and then a sword.
Purity, and the sword is strength and power. You know what I mean? And below me are people fighting. It's a battlefield. And Bliss is pretty much my take, like a mirror of society right now as it stands, with all the war and the fighting and all the racism and everything, you know.
The pain.
It's just a mirror of society. So when you listen to songs like Badge of Honor on the record, you listen to songs like Dear Alley and Drill Sergeant, you can hear the mirror of society, you know. How it's negative, and we bring love. We bring music. Music soothes the savage beast, they say. And I've been in the game for 38 years, I think.
Yes, you
and
have.
I've witnessed it firsthand that music does soothe everyone. The people that say they don't listen to music, I don't know how they can live without it. You know, it is the medicine.
Yes,
and that's what strange music is, the medicine to navigate through the darkness.
And I think it's a beautiful cover. I like to always go into depth with those. I have a record player at my house, so I like having all those vinyls because it's a big eye into what every song and what your messaging is going to be into the album. So I'm glad we got that out of the way because I really wanted to know. You mentioned Badge of Honor. There's a line in there that says, I grew up on 9th Street. Obviously, you were raised in Kansas City.
Yes, ma'am.
What was that like? Do you have any favorite memories?
I got a lot of memories from 9th Street. That's where I found rap music. You know what I mean? My family, they were religious Christians, so we didn't have nothing in our house but Shirley Caesar and the Mighty Clouds of Joy and all the gospel music you could find or you can hear, you know. But next door is where all the hip hop was, you know, I mean, from the beginning, from Blowfly to the Sugar Hill Gang, you know. It hit me early when I was young, you know. So that's one of the major memories I have because that I ended up doing exactly that, hip hop, fused with all types of other types of music that I like.
Good. Okay. Well, besides hip hop, do you have a favorite
genre?
A favorite genre, favorite song, something that maybe brings you to a good mental state. Because you're going to be touring, you're on tour. So when you're stressed out, you're going through it.
I'm a genre bender. So it's like man created barriers.
They did.
You know? So some people who hear the metal in my hip hop don't get it. Some people who hear the gospel in my hip hop don't get it. Some people hear the gangster in my hip hop and don't like it. You know what I mean? So I'm a genre bender. I listen to everything, but when I want to relax, I'm probably listen to some old school something, you know what I mean? Whether it be yacht rock, that's funny, yacht rock, or old soul, Portishead, trip hop, you know what I mean? I'm listening to the Dummy LP of Portishead because I'm playing it for my 7-month-old Alina. She loves it already, you know what I mean? It
good.
soothes
You got to
her.
start them young. And again, it soothes it.
So, Floetry, anything to relax me, I like to relax, and when I don't have no work, maybe microdose and just chill.
Okay, you heard it now. Those is the remedies when you're stressed out, and I think it's a beautiful way to do that.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was stressed out though, for real. You know what I'm saying?
You don't get stressed out on tour?
Nah, because we do a lot of rehearsals before tour. You know what I mean? On tour, I'm easy like Sunday morning, just like right now.
Yeah.
I'm relaxed till I hit that stage. It's like boom, you know what I'm saying? That vitamin B12 I take an hour before the show. Boom.
Good, okay.
Feels like Molly to me.
Good, yeah. I take a lot of vitamins as well, and I think it's helpful. I'm surprised you say you don't get stressed out. I know you've done it for so long, and maybe that's why, because right now
probably. I had a lot of dark days in the past, but I've been working on emotional intelligence for the last 7 years, I think. You know what I mean? And I'm getting there. I'm really good at it, and trying to manage my emotions and things that could. I don't even call it stress. It feels like anxiousness, when I'm about to go on stage or something, because I want to do well. So you feel the butterflies in your stomach. It feels like extra energy to me. You know what I mean?
Good, yeah. You have to thrive on it.
I haven't been stressed out money-wise in a long time, in decades. And that's a lot of people's stress is monetary.
Yes.
And I haven't had that in a while. My baby was born. She had like mucus, so it was hard for her to breathe, and everybody was crying. I'm like, I was smiling. I knew once they got it out of her lungs that she would be breathing okay. And everybody in the room was like, why were you smiling? She could have died. I'm like, no, she wasn't gonna die. She's here. You know what I mean? I knew. I grabbed her first, and I heard her trying to get it out. You know what I mean? So I knew she was breathing. So I can't say I was stressed out then. Like everybody else was in the room. They were worried, But I'm trying to think the last time I was stressed out, man.
Well, if you're not stressed out, that's good for me.
I remember.
Okay.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, right? I had to flex. And we had a Super Bowl parade at home. It was really cold. And right before I went on, the owner of the Chiefs, the Hunts, they came up. And he said, it's 1 million people out there. Oh, my God. Why did he tell me that right before I went on? I've never performed for 1 million people.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No. The most I've performed for is maybe like 80,000 or something. You know what I mean? Never like 1 million, So right when he told me that, the butterflies came, and it was too much energy to where I had to feel like I had to poop. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't let gas out because the cheerleaders were up around me, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
and now you're
go on
aware
stage
of your
with my
surroundings.
butt tight and do my little 20 minutes.
Well, good to know. At least we can relate on that aspect, especially with my line of work, too. I get that similar feeling. So if that makes you feel
Shiza,
a little normal.
Yes. I'm going to go, Shiza before I go to work, Shiza is another word in German, sorry.
Oh, okay. What does it mean?
Shiza? I can't say it on the radio.
Oh, okay.
It starts like Shiza. So you can understand what
I'll look it up. Google's free.
It's the word that sounds like that. Shiza.
Okay. Yep. Well, that's
She's trying to make me say it on the radio. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
You know what? I can put it on my phone, and I'll put it on my social media, and we can edit it out later.
People are going to tell you in the comments, they're going to say, you don't know what Shiza is?
You know what? At least I'm asking and not assuming and acting like I know, because that's just worse, because you kind of have to nod your head.
You got to ask questions to know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You have a song in this album titled Knock.
Knock.
Yes.
Yes.
And there was a part in it a lyric in it where you said, I dominate, it's never compensated, and you know I'm the best. Then you say another. That's cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, it's cognitive dissonance. It's like when they know that something is the truth, but they still tell the lie, you know, that somebody else is better. You know what I mean? When I say never compensated, I don't mean monetarily. I mean like compensated, like me being one of the top lyricists that's rapped with Eminem and that's rapped with Kendrick and T.I. and Wayne and all the greats, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by never compensated. They never paid me enough attention when it comes to lyricism. You feel me?
And you are still one of the greats. Yeah, and especially with the rest of the songs on this album. It blows my mind. And again, it does get into a little bit of the metal sounding, the gender bending that you say. And it's beautiful. There was a part in there. Let's see. Another song. Oh, Pull Out, featuring Head to Dawn.
Head to Dawn, yeah.
Background vocals, Lachey Wright. And I had to shout her out with that because the vocals that she brings was incredible.
Yeah.
I loved it. I have a 9-year-old son.
Yeah.
And so when we listened to your album from the oldies, quote unquote, to what you do now, I think it's really elevated. How did you meet them? Because Lachey's voice is just like I said.
Lachey and Macy, they came together. You know, I love Macy. She's a R&B artist in the town of KC, you know, and Lachey, she sings with this group called Ordained that do a lot of orchestral singing, or operatic like singing for my records, you know. So she came and lended some of her vocals with Love Macy together, and the la la, you know, along with my homeboy Jerome, you know what I'm saying, from X-Rated. So it's like I attract elite artistry because I practice elite artistry, you know. So these people that you're naming are indeed elite artists, and we find each other through music. Music finds us.
Do you think you manifested this?
I'm a master manifester.
Okay.
I can't say manifester. I say I'm a master of manifestation.
Okay. Yeah. And a lot of celebrities, a lot of people in this industry talk about it, but how do you feel like maybe you practice manifestation on your daily routine? I have my own way. Yes. I talk about it with other people, but I feel like it's a very spiritual, specific process with everybody. So how do you do it daily?
It's real simple to me because it's just, if you can think it in your mind, you can make it come to fruition with the right team. You know what I mean? I have big ideas. You know, like we've been planning, for instance, to have a new band behind me for a couple years now. And now I have my new band out here with a whole set and everything. You know what I mean? Master manifestation. When you think it, if you can think it, don't just keep it there. Push it out and put it in motion. That's manifestation.
Hard. Yep. Yes, I think a lot of people, especially with the life of social media, there's a lot of life, quote unquote, coaches, people that want to teach you a way of life. Something I have found in my daily life, I've been going through a new spiritual journey of my own. I'm 9 months sober on Saturday.
Oh, I'm 2 years sober.
Congratulations.
Yes. All day.
High five that.
All day.
So for me, for this process, I wanted to ask, I was going to bring it up. I wasn't sure if you were sober, so I'm glad we can confirm. For me, when I was starting out this journey, a lot of it is finding that higher power, manifesting, really coming into your own skin, because one thing about sobriety is you are going to get so unbelievably uncomfortable in your own skin. At least for me, I struggled finding even a baseline of emotions in my sobriety, and not a lot of people, especially my age, want to talk about it. So do you speak with it with your kids, your peers around you? Obviously, they want you to do better.
I share it with people, you know what I mean? Because mine came by way, because I've been drinking like a rock star, I guess because I am a rock star. I can't say I'm drinking like a rock star. I've been drinking rock star-like since my teens. So when I hit 51, you see that flex? I said, when I hit 51, you know what I'm saying? My doctor said, hey, if you don't stop and you keep going on this path like you've been going, because I was drinking all day, you know what I'm saying? I didn't consider myself an alcoholic because I'd wake up and I would have a wonderful mimosa or two with my breakfast. And
just
then
one
lunch,
or two?
Yeah. And for lunch, I would probably have 2 Cosmopolitans, you know what I mean? And for dinner, I might go to the Capitol Grill and have 3 or 4 Stoli Dolis. That's all day, you know. If I go to the Chiefs game, I'm drinking beer, you know. I'm drinking wine with my steak, you know. So my doctor said, if you keep this going up, your heart's going to explode like your dad's did, you know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, I'll stop. And my lady, she's does all my meal prep and all. She was already on that path. So I feel like in a relationship, you have to be able to evolve together or you'll evolve apart, you know what I mean? So I got on it with her, and we both stopped drinking 2 years ago on Valentine's Day. That was our last drink, you know what I mean?
That's a beautiful gift to give each other, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's hard if one isn't doing it or if one is struggling and
I can't lie. I can't lie. Sometimes I see people drinking wine, I miss my red wine. And I was like, once I get my belly all the way down from the COVID belly that I gained, you know, from eating all kind of sweets and everything, because when I stopped drinking, I started eating
want the sugar.
Cakes and, you know, I never liked blueberry muffins. I love blueberry muffins now. I hated apple pie my whole life. I don't like cooked fruit. I've been nibbling on apple crisp. You know what I mean?
Mine was donuts. I wanted a donut every day,
cinnamon
all
rolls.
day.
The devil is crumble cookie still to this day. You know what I'm saying? You bring it to the house, you're just cutting on it. I was doing...
and they don't warn you about it, and they say take your vitamins, go to the gym. But the reason why you crave it so much is because the alcohol had so much sugar and you were drinking it away.
It has to compensate.
But it's beautiful that she'll meal prep for you or with you, and you guys can join in on that because it's really, like I said, a life switch.
I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life.
You look great.
Yeah, man. So
it's
working, and I don't want to lose it because I want to be here for the little ones.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and I want to be here for my fans.
Sending a good message for your fans as well, because a lot of people are in recovery.
Yeah.
Some people talk about it, not a lot.
It's hard, man. I can't lie. I still, when I'm at the game or something, I still kind of crave, but I have discipline, so I don't.
Well, and they say take it one day at a time, but I think sometimes in those moments, again, for me, from my own personal experience, you got to take it minute by minute.
Yes.
Give yourself 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that craving eventually does go away.
And I would say don't go totally cold turkey. That could hurt. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it can be
wean yourself
extremely
off
dangerous.
Of it.
So get medical help, of course, if that's something you feel you need. But thank you for sharing that. I think that's really beautiful. It's inspiring for me to stay sober. So.
Mocktails work, but it's still sugar, though. So you got to be careful with the mocktails, too.
It is. And you know what? For me, I rather just have a lemon water because, again, it's a lot of the sugary, juicy things. And I have, as you can see, braces at my grown age. So a lot of it, I'm trying to keep my teeth healthy as well.
Yeah. You're working on yourself.
Something a little nerve-wracking because you always can mix it up too. The bartenders could, or a restaurant. So I just don't tempt, like you said. The devil's in the sugar, and I'll just have a little taste of a donut.
Yes.
Another topic I want to get into, and then I want to lean into your new EP, Nut House.
Oh, man.
But something I wanted to bring up first, and I'm not sure I've seen anyone ever mention it. Devil's Carnival is a musical you did. And I was shocked and surprised. To be honest, I've never seen it, but we have a lot of people in here that love you and appreciate you. Salt Lake loves you.
Yes.
And so I had to ask. I grew up in musical theater. I was a music kid. Obviously, I work in the industry now. But what was it like to be a librarian?
I was terrified.
Okay.
Because
it's something so new and different.
I took the job. I always take the job not knowing I can do it. You know what I mean? That's how you become successful. But I was terrified on that set because I've never done that. Like theater, you know, or your plays or something like that. It was like I had to learn the songs. Make of me a subject bound, cased in halls and hush of sound. You know, on the rack is art in heaven, always hitting on all sevens by the book. I had to learn all these words and say my lines, but I was shaking the whole time.
Because it's different than performing on stage.
Yeah. So it was like a different arena for me. So every time I got through, though, the whole crew, it'd be like 200 people in this crew. You know, this is a major motion picture. So everybody would clap so hard. They're like, it's crazy how you memorize your lines, because even the stars in here, we have to tell them their lines. I said, that's what I do for a living. I memorize lines, and I perform 2-hour shows without no teleprompter, you know. So I was good at it, but acting always feels out of place for me, because it's hard for me to not be myself. But when I do it, people say they love it. So the librarian really came through with all my talking. The way I gave him a kind of accent and everything is what I chose to do, you know. And they praised me for it, but I was terrified. I was terrified.
Would you do another musical if you were asked? Maybe not like Cats or something on Broadway, but a newer musical if they reached out to you.
If it's the right part, possibly. You know what I mean? If it's something strong, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd do it, I think. But you know, I can carry a tune and all that kind of thing. You know, my mom taught me octaves and everything, you know, harmonies and this, that, and the other. But I'm uncomfortable doing it. So maybe I'll get uncomfortable again and try it. I don't know. It just got to be the right thing. People always call me to try to get me to do stuff. They want me to do, you know, like a reality show. And I always say, no, I will not get out there and act a clown in a bad way, a clown for America or for the world to see me out there tripping out because I know what they want for ratings. I always turned it down. I don't want to do any kind of reality show. You know, I'm living reality every day. And if I share something with you, it's going to be on my terms, you know what I mean? So with that being said, if it's the right thing, it's the right part for me. If the Devil's Carnival call me again, because Darren Bousman, who did the Saw movies, he's the one that did it, you know? He's a good friend of mine. So if he calls me, I can't say no to Darren. You know what I'm saying? He's going to call me. Like, man, I'm shooting this movie over in Dubai. I want you to come on. I'm coming, you know?
Yes. Well, you've heard it here, folks. 92.5 The Beat. We may have N9ne on a new musical theater.
Yeah, because you
movie.
Brought it up.
Yeah, I hope to see it. I hope that for you. And like you said, do things that make you scared. You never know what it could bring.
Yeah.
I want to get into now your newest EP, Nut House.
Yes.
Something you did with the title alone really fascinates me, and I have to know. You put multiple letters in the title of the song. Did you do that to grab the attention of the listeners? Is there a
specific talking about the way
meaning?
Nut House is spelled?
Yes, you spell it N-N-U-T-T-H-O-W-Z-E.
Yeah, it's ancient. Okay. Nut House is before N9ne.
Okay.
You know, well, I can't say it's before N9ne. It was before the N9ne energy. The N9ne energy came from Nut House. Although I was N9ne before Nut House, all this was happening. N9ne happened in 88. You know what I mean? It started in 88. I wrote my first rhyme in 85. So I've been N9ne since 88. Nut House was 94, 95. You know what I mean? So the energy we created in Nut House and how we dressed and uniform and all this power came from Nut House. So I got with some of my ancient members, Scarecrow and Flack the Grimstress, and we got together and we bought back Nut House. My fans been knowing about 66-888-46-993 since I started, because that's what I pushed. And that's Nut House. If you look on your phone, it's like 66-888-46993. It spells what you see. But the NN is new, narcotical. The UTT, untamable techniques. You know what I'm saying? New, narcotical, untamable techniques. The house of new, narcotical. Narcotical mean dope. You know, narcotical, untamable techniques, because you cannot tame it. It is wild. You know what I mean? So that's what we came up with decades ago, and now it's finally coming. But the energy is updated. Like I said on my socials, this morning. We just let the news out today, so I see you've been doing your homework. I'm happy that you know that the Nut House is finally coming after all these years, because after all these years, we put out a few songs back in like 95, but we never stayed together long enough to have an album to release. And now an EP is coming on Halloween, Signaling the Sickly.
It's a beautiful song. I love it. The first verse, it starts out and it sounds like it's dedicated to these people specifically.
Oh, yes.
Been bullied because of race, size, sexual preference, or quality of clothing.
Yeah.
So growing up, obviously, I live in Utah, and there's a lot of lack of diversity here sometimes. I grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. Quality of clothing, I mean, for me, I grew up in a trailer park.
Yes.
And very dirt poor. I went to a very diverse school full of a lot of white students, not a lot of Hispanic people.
Yes.
And again, because I grew up very poor, all my clothing came from our local store.
Yep.
It's not around anymore.
So you can relate
Kmart,
to that.
And then Deseret Industries, which is like our main source of thrift clothes here in Utah.
Yeah.
So for me, I was used to wearing those clothes all the time. I grew up knowing that at least I had a shirt on my back.
Yes.
I'm here now. I'm very thankful to do better and to do different for my own son. I wanted to ask you, though, what your thoughts are on influencers. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know, that go thrift shopping all the time. They'll do these hauls. They'll spend $200-$300 at local thrift stores or clothing stores. It's kind of the hype of like, this is what's new. It's vintage. It's different. For me, I find it hard to watch those types of things because I know there's families and there's kids out there that are just trying to get some cute clothes for a discounted
you're
price.
You're saying people are taking it as fashion, and people who actually need those clothes, need that clothing, people are infringing on their, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I never looked at it like that. Because
the price of those, I still go thrift shopping sometimes because, again, it's what I've done. But it's one or two things. But the prices now have skyrocketed, obviously. Inflation.
Macklemore did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All the blame goes to Macklemore.
I'm going to pop some tags. You know, that was about thrift store. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's shopping at the thrift store. So he made it popular, I guess. So they can be mad at Macklemore. Sorry, Mac.
Noted. You've heard it here. We're going to start some beef with Macklemore. All love to you, Macklemore. We love you here as well.
That's my people.
Yes.
But he's still shopping at the thrift store when there's poor people out there that need those clothes, Macklemore. Now, sell them back.
Oh, goodness. Well, I love that song. I would love to know any messaging you have by the kids that do get bullied because of their race or size or sexual preference. In this day and age, obviously, we do have a lot more welcoming and love for the LGBTQ community.
Yes.
There's so many mixed kids now. It makes my heart sore because I'm a mixed kid.
Yes.
So there's more out there for people to see. There's more exposure. Social media, I feel like, can be a good and a bad thing.
Yes.
People are able to raise their voices and raise awareness, but it also brings in a lot of dangerous actions by people that simply have nothing better to do than use a keyboard.
Kids are going to always tease each other. It's a sensitive world these days, and we're aware, and that's why I dedicated it to those people that go through things for, whatever they believe in, their beliefs, their sexual preference, like you said, and quality of clothing, and size, get teased a lot, People still tease me about my teeth. They say, he got all that money and won't fix his teeth. You know what I'm saying? The same thing about J. Cole. He said he got a jagged smile,
A crooked smile,
we don't, crooked smile, We don't touch the teeth because the skill is so on point that if we rearrange anything, it could hinder enunciation.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually really insightful because I never would think about that because he does. J. Cole obviously has that song, Crooked Smile.
Yeah.
And for me, of course, I'm 28 and just now had braces. I wanted to fix it more of a, I guess, a confidence thing.
Yeah.
My teeth, I liked them because they were crooked, but I talk with people and I feel like all they're doing is staring at my mouth.
Right.
But it's because that's all I'm doing is staring at my mouth. So that actually is beautiful, and I love that. I would never have thought that it was because you're needing to
Every time I go get my teeth cleaned, my dentist like, we can fix it. I'm like, I can't. I can't, and I won't until I'm done rapping, if I'm ever done.
Would you get braces or do veneers?
I don't know. I just want to. My bottom row are just horrible, but I don't care. I love it, and my enunciation is top tier. And if I add anything like veneers or anything, I'm gonna have to learn how to talk and say my words again. I can't do that this late in the game. You know what I mean? So, kids are gonna always tease because of your teeth and your size, and now people are like them or they. You have to say it. People are sensitive these days, so you just got to know that it's gonna happen. And what I got to say to the people out there, the young out there, you just have to be stronger with dealing with it, or learn how to crack back. You know what I mean? Who's cracking at you?
Don't just be the victim.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's going to always hurt because we're all different. We're all different sizes. We're all different colors. And people are going to tease you based on those things, But be strong. I fought the bully in 4th grade. Everybody was scared of him, Marcus Barnes. And now we're cool.
You talked to him?
Oh, yeah. I've talked to him in the last year or so. From Kansas City. So, people will find each other and like, what's up, brother? I ain't saw you since back in the day.
Did he apologize?
No, it was 4th grade. It was fighting over a girl, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
I fought him. And he didn't knock me out or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, oh, Aaron fought the bully. You know what I mean? So I ain't telling the kids to fight the bully. I'm just saying.
No, but I
you just
think
gotta be
there
strong.
is, again, I agree with you. I think there is a point, especially... There's a difference between allowing somebody to hurt you and allowing someone to just hurt you and you don't do anything about it.
Right.
You don't speak
You got
up
to stand up for yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
Hard to do because, a lot of kids are timid, you know what I mean? So you got to be careful these days because, people are coming to school to hurt people. I'm saying permanently. So you got to be careful, bullies. You know what I mean? We don't want this. We don't. The fact that we have to cry out to those people, it lets you know that this is the mirror of society. This is what we see, and we know it's a thing that's happening. So, Nut House is for you. We're letting out a lot. We have a song on that album and a video that's coming. It's called "What Happened to You," and we're telling our story. All 3 of us telling pieces of our story. Or certain things that really hurt us in life, because they say if you don't get it out, it will eat at you. So this is our way of getting it out. Not every song is getting it out, but we got some songs on there where we're getting it out because you have to talk to somebody or you have to say it or you have to write it in a journal, whatever it is, and just get it out of you.
Well, they say resentment breeds misery and it'll fester and it'll eat at you. And I think it's the biggest killer in one's soul and spirit. And again, something I've learned with sobriety is you have to have an outlet of some kind, whether it's music, art. And luckily in this day and age, we all have the opportunity to do that. You just have to work for it and go for it.
So that's why we made the title of the Nut House EP, Signaling the Sickly. Signaling the sickly mentally. This is us signaling them like, hey, you're not the only one.
And people need to still hear it. I think a lot of people, when they listen to that kind of stuff, they're like, we're still talking about the sick. And it's because the sick is still here. The sick is still growing. And the sick, you have to treat like a sick friend. You have to treat people that are not mentally or maybe emotionally fully there. And I think that's beautiful. And your album really does encompass all of that. And I'm so excited that you're going to be performing tonight for Salt Lake City.
I like how you brought that back.
Yes, of course.
That segue was perfect.
I would love to know what it's like touring with the band. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. You say you don't get stressed too much. Your mental stability is pretty much there. We talked about manifestation, but is there anything you do that maybe keeps it fun? Do you play card games in between? Are you guys
We find
sharing?
restaurants.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's fun. Like, we're trying to find a really good brunch spot after this because we haven't eaten breakfast. We just got up, took showers, and came straight here, you know.
Well, thank you for showing up on time.
We like to find food. We're foodies, but we're careful what we eat, but we like to find food. That's me. I don't know what Hollywood Undead does. You know, I because I go on after them a lot, you know what I mean? I don't get to see them, but in passing, and I'm like, "What's up, brother? How you do?" You know, keep on going. You know, you're just doing your job on tour. You know, but we haven't had an off day to where we all kicked it yet, because this is the beginning of the tour. I think this is show 6 or 7 out of 27, so we're early. So right now, it's finding food in the towns. We have an off day tomorrow in Vegas. Excited about it. We're gonna go to the movies. We're gonna do something. I don't know. We might go see Usher. You never know.
Usher will be fun. They do have that sphere really ball thing in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I get to see the spheres finally.
Seems exciting to perform in. I've seen some other artists. I've seen the videos performing inside, and that's crazy. Incredible and stunning. We hope you get some good food here. There's a lot of amazing local spots. I'm not going to shout out any in particular.
I've been coming here all these years, and I can't remember what we usually eat. I know we usually eat Benihana, but we done ate it so much here, it was done with it. You know what I mean? So, not saying anything about Benihana. We love Benihana. We've ate it to death. You know. The beautiful
thing about downtown Salt Lake City is there's a lot of private, family-owned companies, Black-owned businesses.
I need top-notch brunch, though. You know, I want to get some chilaquiles or something. You know what I mean?
We're gonna get you a good list.
You know what I mean?
Get that.
What you know about them chilaquiles? You don't know nothing about it. You're supposed to be Hispanic and you don't even know.
I'm a mixed kid that was raised by a white mother and later bonded with my father, who's an immigrant. So I'm coming into my own culture and getting comfortable with that. It was very different for me. So yeah, and I'm also no sabo. I don't speak full Spanish.
Yeah.
Even though I look it. So that's a struggle.
Yeah, my lady's Puerto Rican, so she don't speak it either because she was born in America, but her family's from Puerto Rico. You know so
my dad came here by himself, so he's the only one here, and he, was struggling to be an American and raise a kid, and I don't blame him. I forgive him.
Chilaquiles with an over-hard egg on top.
See, but I don't like eggs.
What?
I don't like eggs.
Oh, you ain't got to have egg on there. You ain't got to have eggs.
I'm a little bit of a picky eater, which is horrendous because I do love food as well. Well, we're going to get you some yummy food. The holidays are coming up, though.
Oh, yeah.
I know you have a few older kids, and then you said you have your 7-month-old baby. So I want to know, what are they going to be for Halloween?
I have a show in Dallas on Halloween, so I'm not going to get to see my little one. So my lady's trying to figure it out right now. You know, we posted a couple of weeks ago her little bat outfit, and she had it on. But I don't know, man. I don't know how we're going to celebrate, how she's going to celebrate. But,
well, I hope the show's great. And, 7 months, it's more just for the photos and the memories for each other versus the other older kids that have already been in there and have already been talking about their own Halloween costumes. They've been through and they've had those memories, but the younger kids, you'll get there. And with due time.
My mom, all her energy, rest her soul, she died of lupus in 2014. When I was 5, she took me to go see Carrie in 76. You know what I'm saying? So I think that might have been my first scary movie, Carrie, you know what I'm saying, with Sissy Spacek. And then 78, when Halloween premiered in Kansas City, she took me to that. She also, during Halloween, she took me to haunted houses when I was like 7 and 8 and everything. So my Christian mom showed me all this dark energy, you know what I mean? And she taught me early on that these images are created by men, you know what I'm saying? And of course there are psycho killers out there, but this is make-believe, and the figures, the plastic toys are just like your Ken doll or your Barbie doll, your G.I. Joe. So she taught me that early as a kid. So everything I learned from her it feels like this time of year. So if you come to my house, you'll see I have a clown shrine and Michael Myers everywhere. That's the energy from my Christian mom. It feels like her birthday is October 26th. So it's like all that energy is here now. So it's like extra energy in my chest, Halloween, and that's my favorite holiday because of my mom, Marty Sue Yates Khalifa. And I'm pushing that on to my little one right now, you know what I mean? And my other kids, you know, they celebrate all October, you know, so.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I feel like it brings, again, beautiful memories, but it's fun. It's exciting. It's different. Are you going to go to any haunted houses here?
We just did.
Oh.
I don't know if we're going to make it today because we have to work, but on my off day in Denver, the day before yesterday, we went to the 13th floor, the radio station down there, footed the bill, and it was dope. You know,
they're fun. We have a lot down here.
I know.
I just went the other day to Nightmare on 13th. They have two different ones.
I went there years ago.
So they have the first one, Nightmare on 13th. Then they have a second one that you go in 5 minutes after. I personally was petrified.
Yes.
Because it's just pitch black
yes.
most of the time. The walls are wet. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check it out because it was exciting for me.
Days on the show, I'll have to be careful on places I can get hurt or sprain an ankle or something. So if it's an off day, I'll do it, but I might not get to do it today. But I've haunted house jumped in this town back in the day. You know what I mean? The Salt Lake City has had a piece of N9ne for a long time.
Well, you're always gonna have our hearts.
Thank you.
With you because we do love you. Yes. We do love you. Looks like I did miss a little bit, and I want to get one last recording into it. We talked earlier about Pull Out featuring Head to Dawn.
That's the single.
With Lachey Wright. There was a lyric in there that I missed, and I want to expound on it before we go.
All right.
You talk about all of that fake news you put in the city. All you got to do is pull out receipts.
Yeah.
Are you referring to the mainstream media that they're putting out, I guess, to the general public?
Nah.
Or what are you referencing in that lyric?
I'm talking about a certain individual.
Okay.
That used to be on Strange Music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when they left.
Are we going to name names?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And start something back up. But, you know.
We want to keep it peaceful.
You know, I said talking all that crazy mess when you just couldn't mouth your piece. If indeed we did some dirt our way, they would route the beef. All of that fake news you put in the city, all we got to do is pull out receipts. Just let bygones be bygones. Got them lies gone, so why moan? Like a pie slide on my bone. No, sorry.
I like the beat of it, and again, I love Lachey Wright's vocals. And I hope I'm saying it right. Head to Dawn?
Head to Dawn, yes.
Okay, perfect. Pull Out. Is there any other specific messaging that maybe even I missed that you would want to have known to everybody else when they go in and they listen to this song?
I want people to call your radio station and request Pull Out featuring Head to Dawn by N9ne, man. It's a new single. It's popping all over the country. And if it's not popping in your town, if you're listening right now in Salt Lake City, call this radio station and request it. Because it's banging. And I'm performing it tonight. I'm performing it tonight on stage as well.
You heard it. Pull Out at the Complex, 92.5 The Beat, Utah's #1 for throwbacks and hip hop. And just so you know, we are playing your song. We are. We want everybody to listen to it because, again, we have so much love for you.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I'm so honored that you were able to come in and sit down and interview with me.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you have the time of your life tonight.
I will, man. You guys been showing me love since the beginning, from all the way back then, playing I'm a Player in 02, and now we're here with Pull Out. That is a blessing. Thank you, guys.
Of course. 92.5 The Beat, SLC. Thank you again, N9ne, and I'm out.
Bang.